G'day everyone, Chivos here, bring you another Football Manager 2016 video. It's time for another episode of my Pentagon challenge, and just a quick disclaimer, today my voice isn't the best. Why? Because we had Sunday League today. That's right, it is a Sunday. You might know that these are slightly recorded ahead, not too far though. It's Sunday today. I've almost lost my voice. Big day at Sunday League today. So, if the audio's not the best, I'm sorry. It doesn't happen very often. But, playing Sunday League, it's a passion that I love. Let's get into today's episode and see what has been going on. So, I bring you straight to the transfer screen. The way we get plays is by draft. So, I figured that out. Drafts, there's allocations, there's prospects, there's free transfers. There is a lot. Alright, but the thing we need to look at is we can draft players, and if they don't sign a contract, they decide to leave. Perfect example is Gaboli Arayibi. This guy is a winger. He's 36, so he's a bit old. But the thing I liked about him was he's very technical. Pacey, physically, not there at all. But technically, he had what I was looking for. He didn't want to sign a contract. He then left the club. We then brought in Emerson Hindman. Also, from the first draft we had, he is from New England Revolution. He is 34 years old, so unfortunately physically he's lacking a bit. But technically he's good, mentally he's good. We need someone like this in the center of the pitch. We've got him on a 1-year deal. He's on a fair bit of money, but I'm hoping he can bring something new to the club. As you can see, also spent a lot of time at Fulham, 471 appearances for Fulham. We then have the likes of Roby Everett. Did he decide to leave the club? He did, so we don't need to talk about him. Miguel Matias. He didn't leave the club. This guy is still a member of our team. A left winger, a right winger. He's not amazing, but he can do a job. He was one of the best players available. That's why we've brought him in. And at the moment, it's really looking for people who are capable, and he is one of them. We then brought in John from a draft from DC United. He is a goalkeeper. You know, our current goalkeeper wasn't the best. This guy is 35, physically lacks a little bit, but technically a bit better than our other goalkeeper. So we've brought him in. We'll see what he can do. Then Omar Sanchez. We brought him in. Probably not the best idea. We'll have to see what we can do with him. He can play left back. He's Mexican. He's 32. He's on a 1-year deal, so we can always offload him. We then brought in 3 players. Greg Lockyer, who decided to leave the club. Dave Chen, who also left the club. And Joe Wagner, who has also left the club. We then brought in Eric Williams. We got him from... I think we got him from LA Galaxy, maybe. But he's come in. He's a right back. A very good right back. Physically fantastic. Mentally good as well. Technically, the only thing I don't like is his heading is a bit low, but this is Carlos Emmanuel at 27 years old. That's why we've got him. We all know how good Carlos Emmanuel is, so Eric Williams could be him. We brought in Jonathan MacDonald. He did not decide to stay on. We had Gabriel Stewart, who has decided to stay at the club. This guy, a central midfielder, 3.5-star potential ability, not too bad. Got a bit of development ahead of him. Brought in Kotu Willis. What's he talking about? He's a defensive midfielder. Not going to get much better at all. But he can do a job, and that's the thing we're looking at. Hugo Pacheco. This guy we got in the draft. Originally, he didn't want to sign. He was looking to leave the club. I got a second chance to talk to him, and he decided to sign. This guy is 2.5-star current ability. 2.5-star potential ability. He's a defensive midfielder. A very decent player. But is he going to get better? I don't know. Darren Smith, another player we've brought in on a free. You see this guy here, 4-star potential, 3.5 current. He's a central defensive midfielder. Physically alright, mentally lacks a bit, technically lacks a bit as well, but he was the best of the bunch. We brought in Hamilton Joel on a free transfer. Now let's check this guy out for a second. Fan-bloody-tastic. He is our backup striker for this season. He is 21 years old. He got 17 finishing, 16 heading. He's from Brazil. So maybe Brazilian flair can help. And then we brought in Jack Lund on an allocation. This guy, a 23-year-old American striker. We could probably sign him if he wanted to. He's decided to leave. I think he has. But what can you do? You know, it happens. Now, speaking of Hamilton Joel, we do need to quickly look at the tactic. Nothing's changed. This is how I want to line up. Luis Felipe, just quickly, we want to check out him. He's our main man, the American, 27 years old. I thought he was Brazilian. Did he change his nationality? He did. There you go. He was Brazilian, but he actually changed his nationality to USA, an American. Very happy with that. You see, best player at the club by far. I will pay him whatever I have to keep him on. He's on £51,000 a week, and I am fine with that because he is sensational. He did win, I think, what was it? He won the most valuable player, the MVP, as they call it. I'll see if it's in here. It might be, it might not be. There you go. You got the Landon Donovan, as it's called, most valuable player last season. First it was him, then it was Ryan Brown, and then it was Luis Felipe. So we have some fantastic players, like the likes of Luis Felipe. So he was Brazilian, and now he's from the USA. But we have the best player in the league, apparently, in the last 2 of the last 3 seasons at our club. So we need to keep him here. He needs to be bagging some goals. You check his goal history just quickly. 21 last season, 21, 25. He is decent. That's why we've got him. Now, we can only have a 28-man squad. It also depends on the salary cap. The salary cap was originally 54,000, I think it was. We've managed to get it up to 63,000. The allocation funds we were given at the end of last season has shown that we can extend the salary cap with the allocation fund. So that's what we've done. We got the allocation fund, we extended the salary cap, we were allowed more players, because when I came last season we were bare numbers. Now we have 11 and 12. Is it 11? Yeah, it's 11 and 12. It's only 23. We should have more than that. Oh, that's why, because we have 3 in the reserves. You see, we've got some boys in the reserves as well, just in case. They'll probably get pushed up when they are needed, but it's good. We have players in the academy now as well. A few real players. Julian Crane. A few players, they're not the best, but they are some prospects. Now, we look today, the start of our season. It is against New England. The friendlies we had were fan-bloody-tastic. We beat our academy 3-0 in the Palmer Brown testimonial. We then had the Brown testimonial where we beat LA Galaxy second side 3-1. We beat Tulsa Roughnecks 3-1. We drew 1-1 with St. Louis FC. Then we beat Philadelphia Union 4-3 with a 90th minute winner. So, who knows what's going to happen this season? Our board expectations, top half. We shouldn't be too bad because you set the MLS top half. We're only in our conference. That's the thing, as long as we are in our conference. So, we need to finish 5th or higher, approximately. Then, in this Supporters' Shield, this is the whole league put together. They expect the top half, so we need to finish 10th. So if we can finish 5th, that should be fine. And the US Cup, we haven't even started. The squad are expecting to win the league. The board wants us to finish in the top half. It's going to be a huge season. And we're back to a regular season. We start in March 8th of the 3rd. We finish in October. It's a proper season. None of these 60 games a season. It's a proper season. So let's get down to business and play against New England Revolution. And play our first game in charge of our first full season here at Sporting Kansas City. We line up Moreno on the left. Joyce, Palmer Brown, Williams. John's in goal. We have Emmanuel, Danilo, and Allison. So defensive midfielders, Figueroa, Fuba, Stanley, and Felipe. Now, Stanley, we didn't see last time. He is back from his injury. 21-year-old Brazilian, physically very good. We have Figueroa, who is a decent player. He's 31, though, getting on a bit. We have Emmanuel Danilo, the anchor man, 29 years old. Very good player. We have the likes of Allison, who's going to be our defensive midfielder for today. A 21-year-old Brazilian. Bags of potential. We'll see what he can do. Eric Palmer Brown's been around the club for a long time. Clubs have tried to get him. I'm not getting rid of him. He's experienced. We need him. We have Jake Joyce, the other centre-back. Very good centre-back. 4-star ability. 25 years old. Eric Williams on the right-hand side. This guy, very pacey. That's why we've got him in. Tobias Moreno, designated player. On the left-hand side, decent player. Pacey again. We have fullbacks if we need them. And then Fuba is going to be the shadow striker. He likes to play the role. We'll give it to him. 3.5-star current ability. Obviously, Felipe leads the line. Now all the talking's done. Let's get into today's game and see if we can pick up a win. That would just start our career very well. As you can see, San Jose and Los Angeles have played. We'll have to see what we can do. But today, they line up with a 4-3-3. We line up with the 4-2-3-1, the defensive midfielders. Let's get into it. Come on, KC. We're playing away from home. I don't know what to expect. But hopefully we can start our season off very well. Oh, Felipe's nearly scored in the first 15 seconds. What a start that would have been. Would have been absolutely incredible. But we've rebuilt in this off season. We have tried. The draft was very generous to us. We are looking at the draft for next season. I know it's a long way away. Ball's in. Here's Williams, the pacey fullback. Luis Felipe scores. It's 1-0. And this was the start I was looking for. Now, obviously, we don't have any Champions League football this season, which is disappointing, I will admit. But the point is, without the distraction of continental football, whatever you want to call it, we have the chance of getting a very good league position. And then if we get a very good league position, we can then focus on the Champions League the next year, if we get it. But we need to start this season off very well. It looks like we have another highlight here. Danilo's on the ball. He finds Fuba. He finds Figueroa. Felipe loses out, though. Can we get this back? Eichmann on the ball. Lopez on this right-hand side. He cuts out. Is he going to whip it in? He doesn't. Danilo gets there. Silva whips it in. John... Alejandro Littlepage. Littlepage, really? Makes it a 1-1. Lopez down this right-hand side. He finds a ball to Silva. I want to see John here. Not the best keeping. He's tried, though, but not the best. It's 1-1. And not the best start, but we scored the first goal. We've started well. We've conceded, which is a bit of a problem. And now Fuba's injured. Great. Great. But we do have capable substitutes. There's a ball here. In for Eichmann. Eichmann. Smith. Stanley, you've bloody brought him down. It's a penalty. And now we need to try and keep this out. John, can you step up to the plate? Can you keep this out? Please, John. That's his real name, too. It's John. Who is stepping up for the penalty? Is it Littlepage? It's Baker. Baker steps up, shoots. John is sent the wrong way. And it's 2-1 to New England Revolution. Fuba's going to come off at half-time. I've decided we're going to make the change. Shooting-wise, we're shooting a lot more than them. Possession-wise, it's quite equal. Just haven't had the best of the game. You see headers, only 47%, which is a bit worrying. But Fuba is struggling. I'm going to tell the boys cautiously, just go out there. Expect to beat them. Fuba's going to come off for Hinderman. And Hinderman is going to drop back. And Hinderman can play the advanced playmaker role. We'll then pull the strings a bit further down the middle of the pitch. Maybe help out in the midfield a little bit. It seems as though we're lacking the headers, the tackles, the passing. We're all struggling. So maybe we drop him down middle of the pitch. It might help out just a little bit. And see what we can do. But here's John with the goal kick. Terrible goal kick, mind you. Smith on this left-hand side. Vallejo. Smith. Back to Wheeler. Out to Oliveira. Danilo gets it. Figueroa. Can you find the run? He can't. He goes back to Palmer Brown. He's going to get there eventually. He goes wide to Williams. Williams. Allison. Hinderman now. Stanley. Hinderman's the experienced player we've brought in. Hopefully he does a job. He does. Look. Hinderman. Danilo. Oh, Luis Felipe's made a terrible run. Wasn't paying attention. They call on the break. It's 2v1. And Littlepage slams it home. And it's 3-1 to New England Revolution. This is not the start I was looking for. We went 1-0 up. I was very happy. Palmer Brown. What are you doing? Caught in the middle of bloody nowhere. It's not the start I was hoping for. Figueroa's had a shocker. He's going to have to come off. So that's what we're going to do. Figueroa off. Miguel Matias on. Does he like to play the winger? He's an inside forward, so guess what? He's going to get it. We know the inside forward on the left-hand side has worked for us before. We'll see if he can work some magic again. At the moment, Tobias Moreno, Eric Palmer-Brown, that mistake's cost him. After 70 minutes, it's not what I was looking for. Do we make a change? I think we do. I think we take Palmer-Brown off. He's had a shocker. We'll bring on Jay Reid to see if he can see out the rest of the game, because that's what we need. If we lose 3-1, I'm not going to complain too much. But they do have a chance to get a fourth here. Williams on the ball. Back to Cochran. Can we get there? We can't. Little Page gets there. We need to lay a tackle, boys. Vallejo on the ball. He's Smith now. Ball in. Lopez is at the back post. It's 4-1. And this is not how I expected to start things here at Sporting Kansas City. A top half finish looks a bit unrealistic at the moment. If we're losing 4-1, that's a very unrealistic. And now we could see ourselves struggle. You know, the boys aren't familiar with the tactic. The training's not the best. We need time. John, on the other hand, maybe not the best option for a goalkeeper. Hinderman, ball in. It's cleared. John's played a 6.4, which is a bit worrying for a goalkeeper. Normally, even if a goalkeeper's having a bad day, they'll be on a 6.7, 6.6, 6.7. He's on a 6.4. Not exactly what I want to see from a goalkeeper. Tobias Moreno, 6.1. Palmer-Brown, 6.0. So definitely need to go back to the drawing board and work on what has just happened. No doubt about it, because it's not acceptable. I'm telling you now, that is not acceptable. But that's it for today. Fuba's out 3 to 4 weeks. Bloody hell. Sorry, I think I've taken a big decision here. I think I've made a bit of a mistake coming to Sporting Kansas City. Maybe. I know it's only early days, there's still a lot to work for, but that's not what I was expecting from our first run out. Fuba's out for quite a while, so we don't have a choice. Maybe we drop Hinderman back like this. Why is this going like this? Drop Hinderman back. Fuba's out, so we are going to have to bring in... Maybe we bring in Ryan Brown, just in case. But that's not the best start. The tactic's going to be changed now. The familiarity is not the best, so we do need to work on that. But that is it for today. The next time I join you, we'll give it a bit of a break. We'll try and see how the league pans out, and maybe we can bring you something which is a bit closer together. But if you've enjoyed today's video, do not forget to smash that like button. Subscribe to see more of my Pentagon challenge. And hopefully I catch you guys on another video.